Hello, one and all. Myself, Manishankar, and my team members Monica, Nancy, and Monica. Today, we are going to explain about the computer architecture and organization's case study topic, which is about implementation of DSP RAM, which is an architecture for parallel digital signal processing in memory. Let us see one by one. Now,
To
Monica and Nancy will
implement the
explain about the
DSP
topic.
RAM, an architecture for parallel digital signal processing in memory, we describe a synthesis implement with VHDL of a parallel architecture for signal processing called DSP RAM. DSP RAM is an enhanced version of the earlier computational RAM. It's a CRAM architecture purposed by Elliott. Like CRAM, the new architecture integrates on the same chip both memory storage and a single instruction stream, multiple data stream, parallel data processing. The VHDL DSP RAM model was verified by simulating the three promising applications: FIR digital filtering, the discrete cosine transform, and vector quantization. Parallel computer architecture have long appeared in theory to offer the means to speed up many computationally intensive calculations. Single instruction stream, multiple data stream architecture are potentially a cost-effective subclass of
Mataji,
parallel computers
கொஞ்சம்
that are suitable for application in much of the
பேசணும்.
computation can be expressed in identical processing steps, applied in the
அம்மா,
lockstep to many separate streams of data.
ஒரு நிமிஷம்.
Given suitable algorithms, the SIMD architecture can reduce the complexity and cost of the parallel hardware because one controller is shared among multiple identical data path interfaces. The computational RAM architecture offers potentially very cost-effective SIMD processing on a single integrated circuit processor. Given presently available IC densities, it is possible to integrate thousands of simple bit serial PES alongside the sense amplifier of a conventional rectangular array of a static or dynamic random access memory cells. Here there is a diagram for DSP RAM. DSP RAM is composed of a linear array of PES that can extract data from each other using a simple communication network and indirectly via data read and write operation performed by a separate host processor. The main data processing unit is the pipeline 16 cross 16 multiplier accumulator, that is MAC, which outputs 48-bit result via a shifter to 316-bit accumulator register. The hardware stack unit is used to supply one pickable signal to the local SRMs. Using these bits, some PES can be conditionally disabled from altering their data state depending on the value of the selected status bit. The three algorithms that we considered were finite impulse response, digital filtering on 1D data, the discrete cosine transform on 2D data, and vector quantization using the L2 norm. These three algorithms were selected as black marks to verify the efficiency of the purpose DSP RAM architecture for digital signal image processing and application. FIR filter. An FIR filter is specified by a following difference equation and a transfer function. The output at any time is the weighted sum of the finite number n of preceding input samples, including the present input sample. Here there is an equation for that. Then we move for next one. Each dash box could be a DSP RAM PE connecting on MAC. Each MAC lies at the unit time delay with respect to the next MAC. All MACs receive the same signal input, which is carried over the broadcast bus. The rightmost PE adds the weight terms due to the present input, with the sum of the other weight terms shifted it by the PEs to its immediate left. The time delays are implemented in DSP RAM by the accumulator register.
The next one is discrete cosine transform. The DCT is used at the core of the JPEG image compression standard. The forward DCT is a mapping of NXN arrays of data from managed domain to a spatial frequency domain. The reverse DCT maps in the reverse direction. The basis vectors in the spatial domain are NXN arrays defined using products of cosine functions at two spatial frequencies in two orthogonal physical directions. In the JPJ standard, a monochrome original image is first broken up into 8 into 8 arrays of samples, and then each array is transformed independently into an 8 into 8 array of spatial coefficients. Here we can see the equations of this. Then it is the RAM, a DCT algorithm flow diagram of DSP RAM. So the vector quantization is a general method for compressing data vectors using a code book of stored equal length code word vectors. The data vectors could actually represent 2D arrays of data. Essentially, what VQ involves is determining the nearest match of a given data vector with the stored code words, and then instead of sending the data vector, the smaller index of the matching code word is sent. At the receiver, the index is used to retrieve one code word from the copy of the same code word book. Data loss will occur whenever a data vector is exactly the same as a code word vector. However, if the code book is sufficiently large, the error due to this lossy compression method can made acceptably small. Here is a diagram for vector quantization of DSP RAM. And here is a flowchart for the implementation of vector quantization on DSP RAM. Next, move on to Mani Shankar.
At last, here is the conclusion. Several hardware level implementation oversights were detected and corrected.
You are now unmuted.
Here we can see about the conclusion. Several hardware level implementation oversights were detected and corrected, problems that had not been discovered in the previous implementation of the emulator in C++. By using Altra's design tools, it was determined that a single PE would require roughly 2500 logic cells in a field programmable gate array, which is also called as a FPGA, which is equivalent to roughly 82,000 gate equivalents. With FPGA capacities now reaching 4 million gate equivalents, it is currently possible to fit between 45 and 50 16-bit PEs into one chip. This number needs to be decreased to allow for the on-chip local memories. Finally, here is the reference where we gathered about this information for DSP RAM. You can see here mostly we have gathered the things from DG Layer's computational RAM and DG Layer's implementing processor in memory. Also, we gathered from Z Wang and WB Penbecker, JG Prokis and TM Lee. Thank you.
You are now muted.